Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about a process called ETL. ETL is nothing but extract, transform and load the data. Here every organization they need to use this process to transform their operational data and related data into a data that can be used for reporting and analysis. This is a very important process for every organization because data is becoming their asset. So to make it asset, this ETL process is very important. There are a number of ETL tools available in the market. They may be free or paid ETL tools. Some organization they can use in the programming to carry out this process. ETL, which stands for extract, transform and load, is the process data engineers use to extract data from different sources, transform the data into a usable and trusted resources, and load the data into the systems end users can access to solve business problems. So, in ETL process, the engineers extract data from different sources. Those sources may be internal or external, that is defined by the senior management of the organization. So they can identify these are the data we need to consolidate. So the data engineers can extract data from different sources that will be transformed into a usable then and a tested resource, because the data in different sources may have a different format or in a different way of things that needs to be transformed so that they can be used in a proper way, and the data we are getting should be a very trusted one. While transforming, we should not change any true of the data. That is very important. Once the data is transformed, it can be loaded into any one of the systems that may be called data warehouse or data mart. So the data can be loaded into the systems. Then the end user can access to solve business problems by fetching the data from that systems. So this is the way the ETL is being used in the organization. ETL allows business to consolidate data from multiple databases and other sources into a single repository. The data properly formatted and qualified in preparation for analysis. So this is the way the ETL process is being carried out in every organization. The business identifies what is the data, what are the sources of the data that can be consolidated. Once it is identified, then that data will be properly formatted and qualified. Qualified means the data should be in a high quality. Then only the analysis process and the report process are reliable. So these are all the things made sure by the business while doing the ETL process. Extract. The first step of this process is extracting data from the target sources that are usually heterogeneous, such as business systems, APIs, sensor data, marketing tools, and transaction databases, and others. When we are extracting the sources, the data from different sources, the sources may be heterogeneous. That means we cannot expect the data can be from only databases so that it can be structured data. It may be heterogeneous systems. Sometimes we take data from some APIs that may contain JSON data or XML data, and we can also use sensor data. Sensor we can use in IoT or anything we are using sensor data that can be also taken by the extracting process, and some marketing tools, for example Google Analytics from where also we can take the data, and as usually we can use the operational transaction databases. So the data can be from various heterogeneous systems in different format. All this data should be consolidated, properly formatted and joined together and aggregated based on the business requirement, so that the data can be useful for reporting and analysis. So the first step of extracting is getting the data from different sources. Transform. The second step consists of transforming the raw data that has been extracted from the sources into a format that can be used by different applications. The second step of the ETL process is transform. In this, we know that the extracted data from different sources are in raw. These data can be in different formats. These data should be converted into a format that is suitable for analysis, and once the data is transformed, that can be used by different applications. So in transforming process, the data will be transformed into a format that is suitable for the final analysis applications. In this stage, data gets cleansed, mapped and transformed, so it meets operational needs. That is, data from the different sources can be in a different format that may be cleaned. There may be structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. They may have different format of the data, so that they can be cleaned. Sometimes some missing data can also be available that needs to be fulfilled. So these are all the operations we should do, so that clean the data. Then those data can be mapped together. That is, the data from different sources can be mapped so that they can be joined together to get a whole idea or whole information. Then it can be transformed so that it can be utilized for any further processing. It may be reporting or analysis. So in this transformation stage, the data will be cleaned, joined together and transformed into a proper format, so that it can be utilized for the reporting and analysis process. This process entails several types of transformation that ensures the quality and integrity of data. That is, the quality of data is very much important. We know that quality in, quality out. That is, if the quality of the data is very high, then the reports and the analysis generated from the data will be at a high level quality. That is very important. Now another one important characteristics is integrity. Integrity means truth of the data. There is only one truth. So the integrity should be maintained. Because we are extracting data from different sources, so once the final data is arrived, the integrity is very much important. That should be checked up. So in this process, the quality and the quality and the integrity of the data should be maintained. Data is not usually loaded directly into the target data source, but instead is common to have it uploaded into a staging database. That is, our final destination would be data warehouse, data lake or data march. However, once the data is transformed, it may not be loaded into the directly to the final destination. There may be some staging area that we can use before loading into the final destination storage. This step ensures a quick rollback in case something does not go as planned. What is the purpose of using the staging area? This is very important when something happened, some error happened while transforming the data. Then we have to roll back the data from the staging area. So if we are using the staging area, we don't have to touch the destination storage. Instead, we can roll back the data in the staging area. Once it is corrected, then again we can load back to the staging area. That kind of luxury we can have if we are using the staging area before loading into the final destination storage. Load. This is the last and final processing of ETL. Finally, the load function is the process of writing converted data from staging area to a target database. The target database may be data warehouse or data mart or data lake. So in this loading process, we are loading the data from the staging area to the final destination storage area. Each of these steps can be done with ETL tools or custom code. That we have already discussed that the organization may use any one of the ETL tools available in the market, or they can use any free ETL tool, or they can also develop their own programming to carry out this ETL process. So this is the way the ETL process is being done in every organization, and that is very important for keeping the data quality and keeping the data at high quality and integrity for any further analysis and reporting. This is the pictorial representation of ETL processes. There are three processes involved in ETL. One is extraction, the second one is the transformation, the third one is the loading. In the extraction process, the data from different kind of sources are extracted. Those extracted data will be transformed so that it can be suitable for using in various applications. Once in the transformed data will be loaded into the destination system. The destination data may be data warehouse or data lake. Thank you. This is the ETL processes we have discussed so far. That is very much important for any organization to convert their data sources, their data from different sources to be used for reporting and analysis.